Lemongrass, I'm using 3 stalks. And these are the confirmed lime leaves. Okay, I'm using 6. And next, I am using the shallots. So these are the humongous big shallots. So when you cut it, it'll give you approximately 1 measuring cups. Next, garlic. You want 1 head of garlic. This is the fresh galanga, and you need about 4 pieces. The chili pepper, it is up to you, okay? There's no amount. This is the Mexican chili pepper, okay? It's not spicy. It is dry. You may pick this up in any American store. Okay, so what I do with these, I cut it off, remove all the seed, and I soaked it in water for about 1 hour, okay? Next, you will need 3 cans of coconut milk. So when I use condensed milk, I use less sugar. So I'm gonna add some sugar and I'm gonna add some condensed milk. All the vegetable that I am using the long beans. Next is the eggplant. This is the purple eggplant. Onion. This is the Japanese sweet potatoes. I love using this, okay? So I'm using 2. There's no amount. If you like more, you may add more. You may use our regular potato, so it's fine, okay? To add on to the curry paste, what I am using here is the chicken flavored base mix. I am using 1 cup. Next is the roasted peanuts. I am using 1 cup. Next, I am using the shrimp paste. I am using 2 tablespoons of shrimp paste. I believe I mentioned the condensed milk already, but I did not mention the amount, okay? So the amount I am using is 1/2 cup. Here's my 1/2 cup. Condensed milk, sugar, 1/2 cup. So when you cut the lemongrass, okay, you want to use the bare claw, okay, straight down, just like this. So you won't cut your hand. So I'm done with my lemongrass, and I'm gonna go with my garlic. So it's easy with the garlic. I'm gonna smash it, peel it off, and blend it later. So next, your shallots. Like I said, just cut it into pieces. All this, we're gonna blend it and make a paste. So just cut it into 3-4 pieces. This is the galanga. 3 slices and about this, okay, thick. And go ahead and dice it. Okay, so the last one is going to be the confirmed lime leaves. Oh, don't forget your chili. This is 1 cup of roasted peanuts, so I'm going to use only half. Here's my Mexican chili pepper. I'm going to dump it in here too. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to blend this, stir fry it to make curry paste. Okay, stand by. So I got my blender, and to blend the curry paste, okay, I am using 1 can of coconut milk, okay, to blend my curry paste. Okay, so to move my paste around. If you have like magic bullets or your blender is too small, don't worry, you know, put some for now and pour half a can of coconut milk and start blending, and then you can add more to it. Okay, as you can see here, I have more room, so I'm gonna finish it all up. and your coconut milk, go ahead and finish it up. Now you want to blend it for at least 3 to 4 minutes, okay? So what you want from this paste is a very, very fine. Make sure it is the right paste you want. Okay, so it is good. Okay, next what you want to do is you want to set your paste aside and peel the potatoes, cut it, and I'm going to show you how to deep fry it. In my chicken curry, I don't want my potato to get mushy. So when you deep fry it, the skin will become hard and it'll stay intact. And how big do you chop your potatoes? The size of a golf ball. Okay, so next, what I do is I use my knife, press it down, and breaks it off, just like this. Cut it, but not all the way, and breaks it. And if it's too big, you can cut it, just like that. So when you deep fry only 5 minutes on medium heats only, okay? Just enough to make the outer skin harder. So next, you want to heat up your oil enough to drown your sweet potatoes. So watch it, okay? When you drop the sweet potato, don't drop it too high. So as you can see here, all my sweet potatoes are drowning in the oil, so which is good, okay? So you don't want the potato exposed. Okay, so after 5 minutes, and as you can see here, the outer skin is hard, and go ahead and remove that. Next, okay, using a low heat, you want to heat up your scallop and pour the curry paste in, and you want to stir fry it until it's become a very thick paste. So as you can see, I am halfway done, and from the beginning there was a lot of liquid, so the liquid evaporated, and all you see here is like sugars and coconut milk, so it started to caramelize it, as you can see here. Okay, so continue to stir it until it's become one lump sum thick paste. Okay, so watch me. And also, do not walk away. If you walk away, not stir it, it's gonna get burned, okay? Okay, so as you can see here, it is done. My paste, all the water evaporated, and you'll see this caramelized. Look, I can almost pick it up with my spatula. So it is done. So set it aside. And I'm going to show you what to do next. I'm going to show you how to cut the eggplant and the long bean and the onion. So what you want to do is your long bean, you want to cut approximately 1.5 inches long. Okay. Just like this. Okay, go ahead and drop it into the water. The same thing as the eggplant. It's about 1.5 inches long. Okay, so per section, you want to cut into 6 pieces. So what I do is I cut into half, and then the other half I cut into 3 pieces. Just like this. Next, I'm going to move to the onion. Okay, you want it wedge. Okay, so how I do is I cut it into half, and then I'm going to slice into about 4 or 5 cuts. Just like this. It's very simple and easy, and you don't cry before you cut your onion, you soak the onion into ice bath for about 5 minutes and start cutting it. I promise you, you will not cry. Next, we're gonna prepare the chicken feet, and the pork blood. Okay, so just watch me how I do it. Okay, so let's start with the chicken feet. Okay, so we need to remove all the chicken nails. Again, if you don't like the chicken feet and the pork blood, you don't have to put it. You can put the chicken only, okay? For the purpose of this video, I'm gonna show you how to cut it, but I know you know how to cut chicken and pork blood, but this is how I cut mine. So this is how big you want, okay? And once again, okay, you may use any kind of chickens you would like, but the best chicken curry is the brown chicken. And you may pick up the brown chicken from any Asian store, grocery store. And I'm pretty sure you know how to cut or chop chickens, okay? So you don't have to learn it from me, but just watch it and enjoy it. So after you prepare your chicken feet, the pork blood, and the chickens, you come back here and you warm it up, okay? Turn on your heat to medium heat, okay? And cook it until you see bubbling. What you want to do is you want to take your chicken and the chicken feet, okay? Dump it in and stir fry it for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Just to let you know, your blender, your dirty blender, just add about 1 cup of water, wash it, and just dump it into your chicken curry. So after 20 minutes of stirring, okay, flavoring your chicken with the curry paste, go ahead and add the following ingredients in. And after you pour everything in, go ahead and stir it well and let it boil. As you can see here, it is bubbling. Okay, so it is boiling. So next, what you want to do is you want to toss in all your veggies and your deep fried potatoes. So once you put everything in, you stir it well and let it cook for about 10 minutes. So when it's boiled, go ahead and add the pork blood in and stir it well, and don't do it too hard. If you do it too hard, you're gonna break this up. And also, I forgot about it. I have saved some fresh lime leaf to garnish my curry, and also some lemongrass. So this is how I stir my curry without breaking the pork blood. Okay, so as you can see here, after 15 minutes, it is boiling, it is bubbling, it is cooked. Okay, so go ahead and turn off your heat, and I'm gonna plate it, and I'll see you on the table. Here is the final products, the Cambodian or Khmer chicken curry. Okay, it smells so good. So I'm gonna plate it. Looks so good. So to let you know, okay, with the chicken curry, what can you eat with? You can eat with rice. You can eat with pressed noodle, Khmer called nom chok, or you can eat with baguette. Next, I am gonna cut my baguette. The proper way to eat this, right, just to break it apart and eat it. Here it is, the final product. chicken curry, the Cambodian or Khmer chicken curry. It is done. If you ask me, as you can see, it's not easy to make. It is time consuming. But if you're willing to spend some time with your loved one and make it, I am pretty sure you will love it.
She my pineapple, yeah. She's sour, she's so sweet. Yeah. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I need another double. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I guess she's all I'm after. My little girl got a sour side, but you know I'm a sucker for some sweetness. Every weekend pulls you in, she knows your weakness. I tell her she's my princess, she just wants to be queen. I call her pineapple and she says, what do you mean? She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I need another double. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I guess she's all I'm after. She'll take a slice and look inside, you see the sweet, the nice, the harmless vice, the cold as ice. I need my pineapple consistently, I eat religiously, I need my sweet consistently. Every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm shining, then she's sour. Just wait an hour, my little flower. And every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm shining, then she's sour. Just wait an hour.
Hey yo, what's good y'all? How you guys doing? It's your man DQ tuning in from California, IA. Sending much love to everybody in the whole entire world, Cambodia, wherever you're tuning in from. So check this out. Basically today what we're gonna be doing is cooking 2 dishes, and I'm gonna give you guys a little bit about like the background, the story to why I'm cooking these dishes and what makes them important to me or whatnot. I don't know if all you guys know me or whatnot, and the ones that do know me, I am a barber and own my own barbershop in downtown Santa Ana or whatnot. We started from the restroom to the backyard, all the way to downtown Santa Ana. And that restroom in the backyard was located in Mini Street, Santa Ana. I mean, when we first started, I was just like really just cutting hair for myself and my friends and little kids in the neighborhood. And from there, we moved into like, we would always be chilling. There'd be a bunch of us too, with just a little backyard or whatnot. And what it was just like I was cutting hair and the homies would come through and chill or whatever it is. So when it came time to eat though, you know what I mean, after we was all faded or whatnot, laying a couple up, I pretty much would run inside real quick and I would cook food or whatever. And so when I was cooking, I always thought like, oh, how can I cook a good amount of food so where it yields a lot in order for us to eat, for all of us to eat. And there was quite a few of us, you know what I mean, like 7, sometimes even 10 people, believe it or not, just lined up, sitting around, crammed in. But it was all about the vibes though, and that was the most important part. But so like I would cook things like certain dishes like spaghetti, or maybe even like steak with Prahok and rice and just some salad on the side, only because it yield a lot or whatnot. So to me, cooking was always just like about gathering and coming together, and also being able to like break bread, if you will, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if I eat, we all eat, was always like kind of something I always thought about and a saying that I always went by and whatnot. So anyways, from there, how I really got even more serious about cooking and whatnot, I don't know if you guys might have heard, but I did compete in the Khmer Hungry Games 3 and 4, and I managed to to come through, you know what I mean, as an underdog. It was kind of just like, oh, come on, let's make it a little bit interesting and exciting against actual professional chefs or whatnot. And it was like 5 of us or whatever in total, if I remember correctly, and most of them were like trained professionals. I managed to pull through and win 2 of these competitions back to back. Man, you should have seen me the first time when I won it. I was just like, oh, I couldn't even believe it, you know, I was in disbelief. But at this point, you know, we keep it pushing and moving forward. Like, that was great and fun times and whatnot. Shout out to Khmer Hunger Games and Peter and Rithi and the whole squad and whatnot for putting us on, you know, and giving us this platform in order for us to grow. As we are here now with CTF and the whole entire Long Beach community and everybody else that's just tuning in with us and whatnot. Today, I'm gonna be cooking 2 different dishes or whatever if you wanna move forward and go into that. And these dishes being, I'm gonna do an appetizer and I'm also gonna do a main dish.
She my pineapple, yeah.
This is the dish that I love very much and I always cook it at home, you know, between me and my girlfriend and our family or whatnot. So what I normally do is I'll cook like a garlic, mushroom, again, a lot of layers, right? Garlic, mushroom, Parmesan, Alfredo type sauce to go with the fettuccine pasta itself. And then I will top it with a baked and then seared salmon. And of course we're gonna lace it up how your man laced it up in my own kitchen. We're gonna show you some techniques and some skills and a little bit of secrets. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you guys some secrets, some of my secrets to make this salmon taste fire. But anyways, we're gonna bake it and pan sear it, and then we're gonna top it off with our own fresh habanero salsa. And I'll show you guys how to put it together. Try to make everything pretty. I know there's a lot of layers, but overall try to make it as easy, as simple as possible so everybody can be or manage to produce this on their own time at home at their own will.
I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour mood. I guess she's all I'm after. Yeah, take a slice and look inside. You see the sweet, the nice, the harmless vice, the cold as ice. I need my pineapple consistently. I eat religiously. I need my sweetness instantly. And every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm sounding this, she's sour. Just waiting, I wait, my little flower. And every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm sounding this, she's sour. Just waiting, I wait, my little flower. She might be everything I need, but she's so sour, yeah. But she's so sour. If only she was just as sweet, but she's too sour, yeah. Yeah, she's too sour. She got an attitude. I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour fruit. I need another apple.
The visual is awfully tight.
I call her pineapple, yeah.
Man,
She's sweet
that
with
looks
sour
so good.
I guess she's all I'm after. She got an attitude. I call her pineapple.
Very creamy. The mushroom and the pasta, perfect. I definitely have second right away.
Hi, so we're gonna ask you a few questions about your life.
Okay, what are we
To
doing?
get to know you better.
All right.
First question is, what is your favorite dish to cook?
My favorite dish. All right. Honestly, as of right now, I think what we're cooking as a main dish is my favorite dish in the currently. But prior to this, though, if y'all already know or didn't know or want to know, it was Prahok. I mean, with steak itself over rice, or it wasn't steak. Growing up, it was go, which is a cow tongue or whatnot. That's how my mom cooked it, and that's how I always loved it best. It was cow tongue with Prahok over rice. Right now, currently, my favorite dish is this garlic mushroom Alfredo fettuccine pasta with salmon baked, then pan seared as my protein, topped with a little bit of this sauce again, if you will, this mushroom and garlic Alfredo sauce, and lastly finished with a garlic and habanero salsa, which almost like kind of explains what my lifestyle is about. You know, it's like I'm Cambodian. I grew up in mini street where it's like Mexican predominant, a Mexican predominant area or whatnot, and at that point was like I learned about salsas, I learned about Mexican food, and also having an interest for Italian food and being surrounded by Cambodian food, I managed to bring them together as I would with everything else in my life. You know what I mean? Just making it run full circle. So that's why a part of this dish is that you have this Italian base in terms of what's that called? The pasta itself and the salsa, and then the salmon itself is kind of like a Cambodian thing or Asian thing, or just very universal, you know what I mean? But the salsa for sure is definitely like a Mexican influence type sauce or whatnot, where just like, it has to do with how we eat at home. Normally it's just like, we love hot sauces with our food or whatnot, so we have the Italian food itself, and then you have the salsa that we incorporate or whatever.
The second question is, how do you incorporate CHMER cooking into your blended family?
How do I incorporate Khmer cooking into our family? I think in many ways I incorporate it would be when I make sauces or whatnot, or when I'm trying to just make a fusion meal from like, let's see, a fusion meal in terms of what I've kind of been raised around, if you will, Mexican, Cambodian, and American food, or just the foods that's been here in California or whatnot.
You have a Vietnamese, Cambodian, Mexican family. Tell us about your journey in becoming a chef.
My journey in becoming a chef, I think it started when I was in the backyard cutting hair for my friends or whatnot, and when it came time to eat lunch, there's a bunch of us around. So I'll try to cook whatever yields the most, like for example, like spaghetti or whatnot, where it feeds 5+ people. That was kind of my journey where it started. I started cooking for friends and myself, and then eventually it just became something I did all the time, like for our family as I'm cooking at home, or for other friends that would come visit, whatnot, or for certain events or whatever it is. And as I'm also trying to pursue a food business, I think that's kind of became a part of my venture. And I think the biggest part of all of this would be competing in the Khmer Hunger Games. That made me a more secure and stronger, more self-made and self-believed chef, if you will.
Well said. What are your favorite ingredients to use and cooking techniques?
My favorite ingredients to use, I would say, man, that's tough. Chili. There it is, spot on. My favorite ingredient to use is mainly using chili, because we always eat with different type of spices or whatnot. So I definitely love to incorporate different types of chili. So like, a lot of people are scared of it, but I normally like to cook with these habaneros. But yeah, I think that's one of my favorite ingredients to use. And what was the other parts of the question?
And cooking techniques.
And cooking techniques, dang. As of right now, my favorite cooking technique or tool to use as made a part of my techniques, if you will, is the air fryer. Shout out to Savi, you know what I mean, for coming through for your mans. But yeah, using an air fryer right now, I think that's one of my favorite tools that's become a part of a technique, if you will. You know what I mean? Having this certain tool that helps out in terms of like cooking it very evenly from all sides or whatnot, cooking it very fast and efficiently, so I can use it as a part of the dish. I think having an air fryer is definitely a great technique to my overall scale, if you will.
What is your favorite Cambodian dish?
My favorite Cambodian dish of all time, low-key, kind of cliche, but I think this one would have to be cow tongue with Prahok over rice and a side of cucumbers, only because it makes me very nostalgic when it comes to like having my first meals as a child. Was something that my mom had cooked and whatnot. I know it sounds a little bit weird eating cow tongue or whatever it is, but you know, imagine if you're having beef with the stuck Prahok, if you will. If you haven't had it, we're gonna cook it one of these days. You guys will be able to try it or look it up on YouTube. Like the purpose of these dishes was like, my appetizer was gonna be a take on a poke bowl, but where you take like poke bowl with its backgrounds of like being having a Japanese and Hawaiian inspiration or whatnot, and different cultures, and also incorporating our own, being that it's gonna be like a Cambodian inspired type dish as well, you know what I mean? Or influence is the word I was actually looking for. Like, it's also gonna be Cambodian influence along with what it already is in terms of like being founded in Japan and whatnot, and then going all the way out to Hawaii. I'm also going to be doing, as a part of this rice bowl, this poke bowl. It's kind of a tribute to my grandma as well, that passed away maybe like about a year, like last year to be exact. And you know, rest in peace to her soul. But something that she always cooked when she came from Cambodia on a daily, and I always remember, was a basically crunchy fried rice. You know what I mean? So what my take on it is, I'm gonna try to do crunchy fried rice on the bottom, and I'm gonna take this salmon that we have, this nice slab, and we're gonna take it, we're gonna deep fry it, and then from there I'm gonna have that as our protein. So we got our carbs and our proteins, and then top with a bunch of sides like carrots, cucumbers, green onions, fresh jalapenos, snap peas, and I'm even gonna have a little sauce myself, which is gonna be like something in order to pay tribute to, like, you know, the Cambodian dishes, and something that's really important with our dishes that we normally have, or as we go to eat or whatnot and sit around the table with, is we always have a sauce. So today's sauce that I'm gonna be working on in order to go with this poke bowl itself, I know so many layers to it, right? But we're gonna have to break it down though. Anyways, so this sauce today is gonna be fish sauce. It's gonna have a little bit of sugar. We're gonna incorporate this tamarind, not too much, just a little bit, you know what I mean? And that will be not the entire idea of it, but we'll also have like garlic, fresh Thai chilies, and this tamarind and whatnot. A little bit of we have shallots, I'm sorry. So we have some shallots, we have fresh garlic, Thai chilies. So yeah, we got your carbs, we got your protein, and we got your toppings, and then we got your sauce. So that's the appetizer itself. The most important part is this food's gonna taste bomb, and it's gonna taste fire. You're gonna want to cook it with your family, your friends, and your kids, which is the whole idea, right? You know what I mean? I know a lot of people going through it. So this is also another reason why we're doing, side note. So this is also another reason why we're doing these shows, or one of these cooking shows, just basically for you to interact and to cook something amazing at home, interact with your family and your kids, and cook something amazing at home where you guys, you know, not only enjoy the taste, but just the vibes or whatnot, and learn something new on the same time. Again, shout out to CTF, shout out to Peter, shout out to Ricky, shout out to Kaylee and everybody on the team for the entire opportunity. Man, shout out to everybody else that's getting involved as well, you know what I mean? I'm glad we can come together and really make something of all of this, you know what I mean? It's tough times for everybody. I know everybody going through it. Let's try not to focus on the negativities and embrace what we already have, the positivities that is within our lives, you know what I mean? How can we capitalize on the moment itself, you know what I mean? Instead of being down and out, let's move forward, let's better ourselves, and just roll with the punches and become great and the greatest version of ourselves. Hey, let's go.
Every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm signing this, she's sour. Just waiting, I wait, my little flower. And every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm signing this, she's sour. Just waiting, I wait.
Hi, my name is James. I'm the chef and curator of Uncle Barbecue. Tonight I'm here with Cambodia Town Film Festival to show you a classic dish called Prahok and Tomahawk steak. Let's do it. Here are the ingredients for today. And here's the star of the dish. It's called Prahok. It's a fermented fish paste from Cambodia. I mince it up so all the bones are into little pieces. And I wrap it in a banana leaf to infuse the flavor. At the same time, it also cooks the fermented fish paste. And I pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. If you cannot get this imported Prahok fermented fish paste from your uncles and aunts in Cambodia, you can go to your Southeast Asian stores and pick up this fermented fish paste. I like to take half a cup of hot water and put in my baked Prahok in there. A lot of people don't like raw fish, so I think that this helps. After I put the hot water with the baked Prahok, it's the classic training in me that I strain the Prahok sauce into a fine mesh. So I leave with this amazing liqueur of fermented fish sauce without the bones and so forth. So I'm gonna discard this and throw all my fresh herbs. Here I have 3 stalks of lemongrass and kaffir lime leaves, finely sliced. And then here I have cilantro, and Vietnamese coriander, mint, and Thai basil, about 2 ounces each. And over here I have 1 bulb of minced garlic. And then over here I have 1 bulb of finely minced shallots. I have half a cup of red radishes, 1 pound of Thai eggplants, half a cup of lemon juice. And in here I have a cup of fish sauce, palm sugar, and white vinegar, equal parts. Here we have a tomahawk steak. I like to go with a classic seasoning: salt, pepper, butter, garlic, and thyme. If you can't find a tomahawk, you can also have a ribeye. But if you can't find that, you can use a T-bone, which is the best of both worlds. But my preference today is a tomahawk steak. And tonight I'm gonna do the classic reverse sear on all sides of the ribeye to get it caramelized, and then I'm gonna throw it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes until the internal temperature is 125 degrees, and that will give you a medium rare. As the tomahawk is in the oven, I'm gonna prepare the Prahok. Basically, we're gonna just throw in everything that was measured and all the ingredients in the mixing bowl. Last but not least, I forgot the chili. It all depends on how spicy you want it. I like to have it on a medium spicy. So it's about 2 tablespoons of Thai chili in there. And call that a day. Here I have the steak resting for 10 to 15 minutes. I like to rest my meat for a good 10 minutes so all the juices distribute all the way around the meat. So when you cut it, it doesn't gush out. All the flavors are still there. So yeah, here I'm gonna cut the steak. So some people like to cut their steak against the grain. The great thing about this ribeye, there's no grain, there's no right or wrong answer cutting it. So I'm just gonna cut it slice thinly as possible. Try to plate it nicely. And here you go, guys. The Prahok, the tomahawk steak.
Everyone, I'm Chef Nak. I'm so pleased to be part of this Cambodian Town Festival 2020. Today I will be showing you one very special recipe that I learned from Siem Reap. And if you like to know more about my stories and our cuisine, you can also please check my first cookbook called Nhâm, which will be available on Amazon soon.ប្រិមត្តរបស់ខ្ញុំអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាចាថ្ងៃនេះមានខ្ញុំរំភើបមែនតើដោយសារតែខ្ញុំនឹងចែករំលែកជាមួយបងប្អូននៅគេហៅថាទឹកសម្លនំបញ្ចុកម្យ៉ាងចាដែលខ្ញុំបានធ្វើការស្រាវជ្រាវហើយយល់ដឹងពីរូបមន្តមួយនេះពីខេត្តសៀមរាបចាអញ្ចឹងសម្លមួយនេះគឺមានឈ្មោះថាសម្លប្រហើខួរក្តាមមែនតើគឺខួរក្តាមចាខួរក្តាមនេះយើងបានបែងចែកជាពីរនេះគឺទឹកខាប់របស់ខួរក្តាមគឺមានន័យថាជាទឹកទី1ចាហើយនេះវិញគឺជាទឹកខួរក្តាមដូចគ្នាប៉ុន្តែជាទឹកទី2ហើយនិងទឹកទី3អញ្ចឹងសរុបទាំងអស់នេះទៅប្រហែលជាខ្ទង់ជិត2លីត្រកន្លះនេះគឺជាខ្លាញ់ក្តាមដែលយើងឆ្កោះចេញមកពីស្នូកក្តាមហ៎អញ្ចឹងយើងនឹងទុកវារក្សាទុកវាស្លដាក់នៅពេលក្រោយបន្ទាប់មកទៀតគឺប្រហុកនេះគឺជាគ្រឿងគល់ស្លឹកគ្រៃបុកជាមួយនឹងស្លឹកគ្រៃឬក៏យើងហៅថាគ្រឿងសម្រាប់ពពួកស្លប្រហើរតបមកទៀតនោះគឺស្ករត្នោតហើយនឹងអំបិលនិងទឹកត្រីដាំទឹកខួរក្តាមទី2ហើយនិងទី3របស់យើងឲ្យពុះនៅក្នុងឆ្នាំងរបស់យើងអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់សម្លប្រហើរខួរក្តាមសម្រាប់ញ៉ាំមួយនំបញ្ចុកនេះគឺស្មោះត្រង់ទៅស្រួលមែនតើយើងប្រហែលជាចំណាយពេលបន្តិចសម្រាប់ការធ្វើខួរក្តាមធ្វើបុកគ្រឿងហើយនៅចិញ្ច្រាំប្រហុកផ្ទុយទៅវិញនៅពេលដែលគ្រឿងផ្សំទាំងអស់នោះបានរួចរាល់ហើយនោះគឺថាយើងដាក់គ្រឿងចូលគឺថាលឿនមែនតើអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីឆ្លៀតពេលដែលយើងកំពុងតែចាំទឹកក្តាមយើងឲ្យពុះហ្នឹងខ្ញុំនឹងចាប់ផ្ដើមជ្រុំគ្រឿងផ្សំរបស់យើងនៅខាងក្រៅឲ្យហើយតែម្ដងចានេះគឺប្រហុកខ្ញុំប្រើត្រឹមតែប្រហែលជា2ស្លាបព្រាទេចាហើយនេះគឺចាគ្រឿងបុករបស់យើងដែលខ្ញុំបានជម្រាបមុនហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំនឹងដាក់ទាំងអស់ទៅចុះអំបិលបន្តិចចាប្រហែលជា1ស្លាបព្រាកាហ្វេបន្ទាប់មកទៀតខ្ញុំនឹងក៏ដាក់ទឹកត្រីចាចំនួនប្រហែលជា7 1ស្លាបព្រាបាយដែរបន្ទាប់ទៀតខ្ញុំនឹងគ្រាន់តែដាក់ស្ករបន្តិចតែប៉ុណ្ណោះចាពីព្រោះអត់ចង់ឲ្យវាមានជាតិផ្អែមខ្លាំងទេសម្រាប់សម្លប្រហើរទឹកសម្លរបស់យើងពុះហើយនៅពុះល្អមែនតើមើលសាច់ក្តាមរបស់យើងឡើងដុំល្អមែនតើឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំនឹងដួសទឹកបន្តិចផ្ដើមជ្រុំចាគ្រឿងផ្សេងដែលដាក់មិញនេះឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំនឹងចាក់គ្រឿងផ្សំរបស់យើងទាំងអស់ចូលទៅក្នុងឆ្នាំងសម្លរបស់យើងតែម្ដងចាឥឡូវនេះទឹកក្នុងឆ្នាំងសម្លរបស់យើងកំពុងតែចាប់ផ្ដើមពុះហើយក៏ជ្រលហើយអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំក៏នឹងចាក់ខួរក្តាមទឹកទី1នេះចូលទៅក្នុងឆ្នាំងដែរខ្ញុំនឹងចាំទុកឲ្យវាពុះដុំនៅខ្លួនឯងអញ្ចឹងតិចទៀតយើងនឹងមើលថាសាច់ក្តាមរបស់យើងនឹងវាទៅជាដុំមិនដែរចាឥឡូវនេះក្នុងឆ្នាំងរបស់យើងខួរក្តាមគឺនៅផ្ដុំគ្នាល្អមែនតើហើយជាចុងក្រោយនេះខ្ញុំនឹងបន្ថែមជាមួយនឹងខ្លាញ់ក្តាមរបស់យើងដាក់ចូលទៅក្នុងឆ្នាំងដើម្បីឲ្យវាមានពណ៌ស្អាតហើយនឹងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់ផងនេះឯងបងប្អូនដែលអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំចង់បានគឺខួរក្តាមវានៅឡើងដុំល្អបែបហ្នឹងហើយនេះឯងគឺជាសម្លប្រហើរខួរក្តាមដែលយើងនឹងញ៉ាំជាមួយនឹងនំបញ្ចុករបស់យើងនៅពេលតិចទៀតនេះឥឡូវនេះយើងនឹងចាប់ផ្ដើមចាប់បន្លែរបស់យើងទាំងអស់នេះដាក់ចូលទៅក្នុងចានហើយជាមួយនឹងបញ្ចុកហើយយើងនឹងដួសសម្លប្រហើរខួរក្តាមរបស់យើងហើយនឹងញ៉ាំជាមួយគ្នាតាអូខេតាអញ្ចឹងឥឡូវនេះនឹងច្របល់ញ៉ាំនំបញ្ចុកនេះបងប្អូនឃើញសាច់ក្តាមចំពោះអ្នកដែលកំពុងតែទស្សនាឥឡូវនេះប្រកាសជាឃ្លានខ្លាំងហើយចំពោះខ្ញុំក៏ឃ្លានសម្បើមដែរតាអូខេតាចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នា នេះក៏សូមអរគុណបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាចាស់ដែលបានចូលរួមតាមដានជាមួយខ្ញុំយើងនឹងជួបគ្នានៅវីដេអូក្រោយៗទៀតអរគុណ